Hello and welcome again everyone to another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the new cup that we will have tomorrow, Spring Cup. Every time I say Spring Cup, people are like, what's Spring? Am I like pronounce it wrong? Like I'm supposed to like say Spring Cup or something? I don't know. It's a Great League format, so basically according to LeagueDuck it's going to be starting Wednesday April 5th until April 12th. Spring Cup is basically a Great League format, as I said, and we are only allowed to use water, grass, fairy, only those three types. Doesn't that mean Toxapex will PvP? Well, Toxapex is banned, so technically it's not gonna be used. Why? Because it's banned, that's why. Okay, now moving to the top Pokemons that we can use in this cup. Genuinely, like, there is three Pokemons that technically beat everything. Like, if you look at this, grass, water, and fairy, that means grass beat both, because there's like some grass type Pokemons that have steel types and grass that have poison type. So grass destroy water and can beat fairy. But is there a water Pokemon that beats those? Well, there is. That's why you're watching this video, to find out about those. Okay, I divide them into two categories, generalists and good Pokemons. What's the difference? Well, generalists are like the best Pokemons at having like decent coverage against the entire cup. Good, well, good options you can use and still have a decent play against most of the stuff. And the best generalist in this cup is Galarian Weezing. Well, Galarian Weezing, if you do raids, I don't think it's 1500 if you do it at level 20, so you have to trade it. I myself has like 40 of them and I need to murder them just to get one that is eligible for the Great League. Another Pokemon that is solid in this cup is Ferrothorn. Why Ferrothorn is good? Well, Ferrothorn is good because it's a grass that beats other grass and beats the water and beats the fairy. Why Abomasnow is that good as well? Well, it can beat all of these as well. So technically those are the three main Pokemons I believe that they can beat everything in this cup. That's according to PvPoke, right? What is Trevenant? Doesn't Trevenant supposed to beat these? Well, Trevenant struggle against Weezing because Weezing has Brutal Swing, which is a dark move that is 45 energy. So technically if Weezing is one energy lead against Trevenant lose that. If Trevenant bait also against Weezing, Trevenant lose that. Also Abomasnow just bully Trevenant. I mean, it's Trevenant doesn't get bullied because kind of you can do like neutral damage, and if you bait you can win, but the upper hand won't be for Trevenant. My favorite none of these three pick is, honestly, not gonna lie, it's Pelipper. Why? Because nothing technically resists wing attack here in this cup. Why? Why? What's this question? I mean, that is the 2-3. Why are you mad about your question as well? I don't know. I'm trying to pretend to get questions by chat and then answer all of them. So, if we look at Pelipper, it has like some decent it has some decent matchups like against the entire meta when I looked it up. The scuffed matchup is Walrein. We all know how bad is this matchup, but just hope that people don't play that. Well, another scuffed matchup is also Abomasnow and also Ferrothorn. So technically all of the matchups are scuffed. Well, it's a core breaker, it's not a main core, right? Tropius is good as long as you dodge the bad matchup. Well, technically every Pokemon is good if you dodge the bad matchup. Jumpluff is a better version of Tropius, but I don't like using those Pokemon that just take 7 million super effective damage. Mantine, genuinely like a tankier Pelipper that takes 3 minutes to finish every battle, where like Pelipper can do it in 30 seconds. So if you like stall games, you can use Mantine. If you like fast-paced Pokemons, you can use Pelipper. Shadow A9 is actually decent if you have one. I think this is a good cup to use it. Well, the overheat from Weezing does a lot, but you can just double shield, right? Tentacruel is a decent Pokemon that you can use because technically there is only one steel Pokemon or two. and the other still has fire fast move, which is Fire Fang Meiwai. What about running the other move on Meiwai, like the Fairy Wind? Well, that means you're just using a bad Weezing. Weezing is better because Weezing has a much better charge move. So if you want to use Meiwai, I think Fire Fang is the way to go. Seal. I will be using this Pokemon. Why? It beats Pelipper, it beats Abomasnow, it can beat Ferrothorn, and it's not bad against Weezing. The matchup against Trevenant is scuffed, but hey, it's fine. Araquanid is a very interesting Pokemon. Maybe we're gonna see like Weedle using Araquanid with Mantine, and like, I don't know, hitting some #1 leaderboard using this core. I don't know. But it's actually, like, it has a play, okay? It's not the worst, it has a play. Like, Araquanid, the thing about this Pokemon is that it's like Bastiodon. If it gets a good lead, you just lose the game. If it gets a bad lead, that doesn't mean you're gonna lose the game, okay? It depends on your backline. Lantern is also eligible for this cup. I hope people don't use it, okay? If you wanna play Lantern, just go play Open Great League, which we can't play, I understand, but hey, can we just try something new? So these are like the main Pokemons on PvPoke, so technically these are the main stuff that you're gonna see. That's why you watch this video, so you don't have to go and check anywhere else, because what I try to do is introduce like kind of a quick reminder on how to play specific matchups and what to be expected from the meta. So now, after we talked about the Pokemons, let's talk about the top teams that I expect to see outside. Like, whenever you start playing, like, what will you expect? What are the main codes that people will be using? So if you go to PvPoke, you select the tool Build a Team, and you click Weezing. PvPoke will suggest Ferrothorn because those two make the best core in the cup. Why? Because one lose to the Mud Boys, the other one beat the Mud Boys. One is a scuffed versus the spammy Pokemons. Ferrothorn does not need to shield from the spammy Pokemons because it's a tanky boy, and it's kind of like like they covered each other as well. Well, like, what does beat Pharaoh in this cup? Well, Fire Fang Meiwai. Well, this thing can nuke Meiwai with 1 overheat. Also, you can bait, and you can easily get to 2 moves against Meiwai. And that's why the third Pokemon is Mantine, just in case the third they have a Meiwai, and this is like a bulkier Pelipper, as I mentioned, and it has a play against both of these stuff as well. So technically, this is kind of an ABC team that doesn't have doesn't have a hole in the team, losing like to more than Pokemon. Mainly you lose just because you get RPS. So technically this is the best team on paper, but is this the team that everyone's gonna be using? Well, I believe that this is the main core that everyone will be using, which is the Galarian Weezing with Ferrothorn. What is the like in this channel we love top 3 PvPoke teams, and we always recommend people who don't know what to do, just use the top 3 teams on top 3 Pokemons on PvPoke. And number 1 is Galarian Weezing. Number 2 is Ferrothorn, again because they make a decent core. Number 3 is Abomasnow. It's kind of an ABB team, weak to counter, but is there a counter user in this cup? I don't know. I don't think so, because the counter has to be grass, and there is no grass Pokemon that use counter. Well, there is Breloom. What about that? Well, yeah, Weezing just destroys Breloom, okay? And the backline is not bad against Breloom. Yes, Breloom can beat Ferrothorn, but the Abomasnow is still scuffed. Because Abomasnow, like, with energy, can beat most of the stuff in this cup, so that's why I like it. And yeah, this is basically the top 3. So these are like the top team on paper and the top 3 Pokemons on PvPoke. What team do I think will be good? Well, again, Galarian Weezing with Ferrothorn is the best core, and I like Pelipper as a third with them. Why? Because Pelipper is a fast-paced Pokemon, and I like those. Like, I don't want to stay in the battle for 6 minutes for each battle. No, I'm not a fan of that. I like my game to be like two and a half minutes. That's it, okay? And Pelipper is a good Pokemon at making your game as fast as possible because it hit hard, it's spammy, and it has some fast move pressure. Another team, that's ABB format. If you are into ABB teams, you can use Pelipper with Araquanid and Lantern in the back. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't want to use Lantern in this cup, and I don't want to recommend teams for it, but it has a decent play, not gonna lie. Like, I do understand why people use this Pokemon, because it just has a decent coverage. Yes, it gets walled by grass, but hey, it beat everything else. That's why it's one of the main Pokemons in the open Great League meta. What is the Swampert? Well, Swampert doesn't beat the top stuff, which means it won't be as good. But if you use Shadow Swampert, it's actually gonna be decent. Maybe Swampert is banned, and that's why you guys don't see it. I am not sure. I made the slides literally 3 a.m. I came from work and I was working on them up to 3 a.m. and a half or something. So technically, I could be missing something. I will check later. But yeah, these are some teams I do think that has a decent play. And if you're a Great League Andy, just use Trevenant with Lantern Core and use Galarian Weezing because it's just the best Pokemon in this cup. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the video. Sorry, I made it as fast as possible and I tried to explain everything about this cup. So if you like what I said, please like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. 80% of my viewers are non-subs. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Peace.